Building a gaming PC at home is a piece of cake, but all you need is to know where and how to connect the components on your motherboard properly so that the required voltage from your power supply is maintained for every components that you are using to build the PC. This is a simple budget gaming PC build using the MSI's B550 motherboard that has been paired with the AMD's Ryzen processor. Although it's under budget but yet powerful enough to handle almost all the games that you will enjoy to play with this configuration. I will be showing all the components one by one and will explain their specifications as well before starting the build. So let's begin the video, but before that, hello YouTube, welcome to Gizmo Hub featuring some cool interesting gadget stories and technical advice. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment for more further videos coming up. So here's all I have to build this PC. Let's begin with the processor first. This is AMD Ryzen 5 3600. It has 6 CPU cores with base clock of 3.6 GHz and L3 cache, I think 32 or maybe 35 MB, not sure. Yeah, it's 35 MB. And the CPU socket for this is AM4. Also a max boost clock of up to 4.2 GHz. Now let's talk about the motherboard. This is a motherboard from MSI AMD B550 chipset with inbuilt Wi-Fi and Bluetooth as well. It supports max Ryzen 9 and has 4 DIMM slots with max memory of 128 GB. It has 2 PCI X16 ports and one supporting the generation 4. Also it supports a generation 4 M.2 slot. The max memory that it supports is 3200 megahertz, and with overclocking it can support up to 5100 megahertz by AXMP with extended heatsink and M.2 Shield Frozer, and also airflow optimizer, and of course the cool Mystic light featuring those fantastic lighting on board. So overall it's a good gaming motherboard that I will be using. Now coming to the graphics part, I will be using this Zotac Gaming GeForce GTX 1650 Super with 4 GB DDR6 and 128-bit memory bus. It has a boost 1725 MHz of engine clock with memory clock up to 12 Gbps. Now it carries display port 1.4 and one HDMI 2.0. It is supported by PCI Express Generation 3 and needs a 6-pin power input. So that's all for the graphics part. And by the way, this is NVIDIA's G-Sync compatible, and you may use any monitor that supports G-Sync. Now for memory part, I will be using this XPG Adata's Spectrix D41 DDR4 RGB memory module, and this is a 16 GB memory with 3200 megahertz. I will be using this Crucial SSD P2 500 GB with form factor M.2 2280 form factor, and this super fast SSD has a sequential read speed of 2300 Mbps and sequential write 940 Mbps. So this is what I will be using for my storage. And finally this is the PC case that I will be using. It's a Carbide series spec 01 red LED mid tower gaming case from Corsair, and it has ample of space inside and good cable management space as well. The build quality is very premium, and it has one power button, one reset button, two USB port, one headphone port and one microphone port, and also one LED indicator. So this is a great budget gaming case that you can use. This is the power unit that I will be using. It's from Corsair. The model is CV650. Obviously it's a 650 watt with 140 of fan size, and this is also a bronze 80 plus efficiency certified. Using 3 LED case fans from Deepcool and a Red Dragon gaming keyboard. For monitor I will be using this Samsung 24-inch curved VA panel LED, and so let's first assemble the monitor first. You also get an installation guide along with the box, so it won't be a problem for you to assemble this monitor. Now coming to the cabinet, let me first quickly set up the power unit, power supply unit. Here's the front panel cable connector. So it has a USB 3 jack, one USB 2 jack, as well as the power reset. So inside the cabinet you get a packet full of all the screws that are necessary to mount the components with the motherboard, also the motherboard. So these are the screws to mount the fan. Some extra screws also are given so that you can buy some aftermarket fan. And let's unbox the power supply unit, which I will be fitting right now. So you have this information manual guide inside the box and the power cord. So this is the power supply unit, 650 watt. So I will be installing this right now, so keep watching the video. So as you can see, there is a lot of space with this cabinet to mount the cables and do a very neat and clean cable management. And this is the motherboard. I have opened it from the box, so it supports a generation 4 M.2 slot. And now I will be fitting the CPU and also installing the fan that comes with this CPU. It's a basic Wrath Cool, I think, Stealth. So I will be fitting the CPU and the fan. This is how the CPU after fitting looks like. And to install the fan, I need to open this bracket. Now gently place the CPU fan and tighten with the screwdriver all the 4 screws. Install the CPU connector, fan connector. Now for the SSD, I have removed the thermal frozer, and this is the way I will be installing the SSD. You can also use a generation 4 NVMe SSD in this slot, since this support a generation 4 NVMe. And finally I will be installing the graphics card in the PCI 16X slot. Although it supports a generation 4, but I have this generation 3 graphics card, so you can use a generation 4 graphics card in this slot. The other one, that is the secondary graphics card slot PCI, supports only generation 3. And this is the back panel, how it looks. So I have completed my installation. After this I will be installing the fan. First let me check whether the power connectors are connected properly and the voltage are showing up correctly. in the BIOS. Yes, the BIOS after booting up looks like this. This is the MSI inbuilt BIOS. You can upgrade this from MSI's website periodically. So everything seems okay to me. It has detected all the components that I have installed on the motherboard. Finally, after installing the case fans, the RGB fans, this is how it looks. That's all for today. Feel free to share your inputs in the comment section and I will try to address them. Coming back with another video. Till then, take care and bye.